What's up, everybody? This is Alex from Heavy New York, invading California for NAMM 2019, and today we return with the riff master, Dino Cazares. Thank you for your time.
Oh, if you ask Jamie, it's riff beast.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell it hard, you know, we got to just get all that.
Hard, it's hard.
I'm making the Josta drinking game. I'm actually trying that. But
So we are here today, 2019 NAMM, and we are at the Ormsby booth, which is a company based out of Perth, Australia. And this is my signature guitar. It's a fan fret. They call it the multi-scale. It's got the one pickup, how I like it, one volume knob, mahogany body, maple, two-piece maple, one Babigo stripe in the back, and it's just killer, shreds. Yeah. Here's my other one. It's a black one, and this is I ended up leaving Ibanez after 22 years. I just felt it was, I needed a change. And I've been coming to these NAMMs for so many times, and I always look at what these smaller companies are making. And these guys are experimenting with different woods, different cutaways, and some of them are amazingly built. And Ormsby is one of those companies that just are on the cutting edge of guitars. Yeah. And so I decided to make a jump. It was a big decision in my life. It was a hard one. Ibanez supported me for a long time, and I thank them very much, but I wanted to change, and Ormsby was the change I chose.
Definitely. You know, it's funny because I've mentioned this to you before, like, you have a very signature guitar sound, whether it's Demanufacture or Bleed the Fifth or Assassino. Do you need obviously specific elements in your guitar to be able to play the riffs that you do, right?
Really what I like is a low profile guitar and a very thin neck, because it just really makes it like so easy to play and so easy to go fast on, to play faster. A lot of these guitar companies that make 7 and 8 string guitars, the radius of the neck is just way too fat, too heavy, and a lot of weight on the guitars. You know, over the years, when you're a musician like me and you're playing 200 shows a year, these guitars really take a toll on your back. Yeah. So people are experimenting with solid, really strong, lighter woods. And so this fits me perfect because, one, it's not going to kill my back. And there are guitar companies that do different stuff. Like they put chambers inside. You don't see them, but they put chambers just to lighten the wood. Yeah. Like for instance, Meshuggah does that. They put chambers inside their bodies so the wood will be lighter, so it wouldn't be so back hurting. Yeah.
You know, I saw that like 27-string guitar last year at NAMM, and the only thing I would have a use for that for is to take the strings off and use it as like an ironing board or something like that.
Yeah, this company actually made one. It was an 18-string guitar. They made it for Jared Dines last year. Yeah. And that was really cool.
At what point doesn't it just become a harp?
Yeah, just put distortion on it. You put a distortion on a harp, it might sound cool.
To hear replica on the harp, I will drop kick everybody in this convention if you pull that off.
That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah. So also with the new guitar, you also announced a new project, Decult.
No, Declut.
Declut. Sorry, dyslexia.
It's all right. It's Dieklut. A couple of guys were in a band called Decrupts and Leather Strip. These industrial guys, older traditional industrial guys, from the 80s and stuff like that. They wanted to do this project, and they asked me to be a part of it. They wanted some metal riffing on top of it, so it worked out great. And the record's coming out February 1st. Awesome. On Cleopatra Records.
Awesome. How different of like a mind frame or songwriting process was it for this project as opposed to your other ones?
Not necessarily too much different. They just said write riffs over it. And that's pretty much what I did. Yep. So,
and there you go.
I've done so many projects that I could pretty much adapt to whatever. I mean, unless I was playing country, then maybe not. But
And one question I always wanted to ask you, and I forgot the other 2 times I interviewed you, is that I know about Fear Factories. Fear Factory has a lot of concepts behind their music. Like, I call it the Terminator for your ears. Do you guys think of these concepts and write your music according to that, or do you have to lay down riffs and drum beats in order for like Burton to come up with the lyrics and stuff?
Well, a lot of times I come up with the titles. Title of the albums, title of the songs, and it's just stuff that I read online or look on YouTube or whatever news, and I just get cool words that kind of mean something or don't mean anything, words that we make up, and we just try to write the concept around those words. And I just give those titles and stuff to Burton. Burton just pretty much writes the lyrics around it, and then we come up with a concept around it and see what fits.
Yeah, exactly. And with the current Fear Factory lineup, you had like Tony Campos to play with Static X and Ministry and 47 other bands, and I know that Mike Heller from Malignancy played with you. So having different musicians has always, and playing with different musicians in all your projects, have had to allow you to experiment and expand on your guitar style as well, right?
Well, it all goes hand in hand. Everything. Sometimes when you get a new amp, you get a new new guitar, it can inspire you to write something. And sometimes when you jam with other musicians, sometimes just a fresh new person to jam with kind of inspires you to write new stuff. And that's kind of like how I felt switching companies, getting new amps, jamming with Tony and Mike.
Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
And the final question I want to ask you, and it's always great talking to you, Dino. The last year when we spoke, you were working on a solo record. I heard
still working on that.
Still working on that. Can we be expecting it soon?
I hope so, because I always get called to do other projects, and it's like I put stuff on hold. You know what I mean?
Can we be expecting anything new with Fear Factory or Assassino or anything else you'd like to promote?
Definitely Assassino. There'll definitely be a new Assassino record this year.
Awesome.
We have to have it out by summer. We're working on it. We're pretty far along, but we got to have it done quick because Tony's going to be on tour with Static X coming up. So. We got to get it done quick.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't envy you trying to arrange a practice schedule with all the bands you're in, being that everybody.
Practice, writing schedule, everything. You know what I mean? It's definitely it's not very hard. You know what I mean? If somebody can't make it, then you just you can just sit down and write stuff yourself. Yeah.
Well, Dino, thank you so much for your time as always. Everybody, Dino Cazares at Ormsby Guitars. Be sure to check them out. They're absolutely awesome. New Assassino coming very soon, and be on the lookout for more stuff. We'll see you next time on Heavy New York, everybody.